Hi, everybody. I just want to talk to you about the importance of prayer, and I learned the importance of prayer in Mexico. Of course, coming from Muslim background, praying 5 times a day, I always know the importance of prayer in every religion. But when we come to our faith in Jesus Christ, our prayer is more than a religion. Just talking to a friend, talking to someone that who loves us unconditionally and who truly listens to us and answers to us. Somebody asked me other day during my radio broadcast and said, why God doesn't answer some prayers. I said, what? God answers all prayers. But sometimes his answer is yes, sometimes his answer is no, sometimes his answer is wait. But he answers to all of the prayer requests we have, right? But in his timing. So when I was in Mexico, they told me, before you minister, we are going to do a prayer meeting for you, and we're all going to pray for the Muslim world. And I was like so excited. Really, prayer meetings excite me. Before I told you I went to Bulgaria, I forgot to tell you in my other broadcast that in Bulgaria, church was packed every morning, 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning to pray. When you see prayer meetings going on, in any church, you are going to see the power of God at display. So I was excited in Mexico. I wasn't only invited to do an event or speak at a conference, but there was prayer. And that gets me excited. So next morning they said our youth group, our young adults, and our children's ministry is going to come together and they are going to pray. I was excited. So in the morning, I went to this meeting that all these young people, hundreds of young people, they are only there to pray. You don't find this very easily in anywhere, right? You know, prayer meetings are the most unattractive meetings in most of places. Unfortunately, this is at least my experience. I would go to preach at a conference. When they say we have a prayer meeting, I will see only 24 people. I would go speak in a mega church. Then when they say, can you come to the prayer meeting? Maybe bunch of handful of people. So I haven't seen in a lot of demonstration of really spirit of prayer, gift of prayer in the world, everywhere. But I was excited for this meeting. When I walk into the place, it was packed. All these young people, 5-year-old kids, 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 20-year-old, all these youth and young adults, they were in the room. So later on when we prayed and somebody was giving some instructions about how to pray, what to pray, prayer points, which I like, strategic prayers. And then they invited me as the speaker to come stand in the middle of the platform, everybody to stretch their hands and pray. So I went into inside the platform, on the top of the platform, in the middle of the platform, and then I was standing there. And these 2 5-year-olds come. They run from their seat, 5-year-old kids. And they lay their hands on me and they start praying in tongues over me. I was like, I'm telling you, it was one of the most powerful moments in my Christian walk. If I ever experienced the presence of God to that level, it was at that point. So these 2 little kids, 5-year-olds, they lay their hands and they are crying and they are praying in tongues for the Muslim world. And the one says afterwards, please, Lord Jesus, bring all the Muslims to their knees so they will know that you are the only God. You are the truth. I mean, this 5-year-old, because I asked how old these kids are afterwards. And their parents said they are 5-year-old. And they had the gift of intercessory prayer. And I want to tell you, their prayers, all those kids, especially those 2 5-year-old kids, prayers made a huge difference in the spiritual success of that meeting, that conference in Mexico. So I want to leave you with this. No man, no woman is greater than his prayer life. No church is greater than his prayer life. Nobody. If you are called to ministry right now, the first thing you need to do is to increase your prayer life. It is all about your prayer life, your communication with God that is going to make your ministry powerful, successful, and more anointed.